I'm Hannah Cruz at the Church Musician's Assistant. This is lesson 4 of our singing workshop for church choir members. In this lesson, we're going to talk about optimizing resonance. Now, resonance is just the amplification that happens when sound waves bounce off of the surface. That might sound complicated, but when it comes to singing, what really is happening is your vocal cords are creating sound waves, and then that's coming through your throat and through your mouth, and those sound waves are bouncing around in there, and then they come out of your mouth, and then, they go where they will, and they will bounce off walls and people, and so forth. But the resonance that you can control is inside of your mouth, in your throat, and in your mouth cavity, in your nasal cavity as well. Those are all resonance chambers. So what we first need to do to access this optimal resonance is to make sure the throat and the mouth are very expansive. Think about a concert hall or a theater. When they have tall ceilings and wide walls, the sound will sound boomier and bigger and more lush. And so that concept holds true for our resonance chambers in our body. If we can open those up, the sound will just get bigger and more beautiful. To open up our throats and our mouths, first let's start with a yawn. Just induce yourself into a nice big yawn. Ooh. Try that a bit. Ooh. So that's the perfect feeling of openness when you yawn. You can also get that sensation from sniffing the flowers. If you pretend you're holding a bouquet of flowers and you want to smell them, then you go. And what happens? Well, your nasal passage opens up and your throat expands as well. You can also feel that expansiveness by imagining that you have fish gills on the side of your neck and they're opening up, closing, opening up. All of those methods give you the same correct open sensation. All right, to really lock in this expansive feeling while we're actually singing, let's try this exercise together. We're going to say the word Z-ya, Z-ya. And we're going to do siren calls on those syllables. So we'll go from our low range up to our higher range and back down. Just whatever is comfortable. And we're going to slide up and slide back down. Zero, zero. Do a couple siren calls on your own, really opening up and feeling the stretch. Next, we're going to make ourselves laugh on the syllable ha. And when we do this, we'll feel our throats automatically opening up. And we'll also be putting that sound to pitches, like this. That's a little bit creepy, but you'll get used to it. So try that on your own. Next, after opening up our resonance chambers, we're going to work on projection of our sound. Projection is more than volume. So you can project even when you're singing softly. It doesn't mean that you have to sing loudly. It just means that your sound is traveling really far and reaching those audience members who are way in the back row, whether you're singing loud or soft. So how can you build this projection into your voice? Well, the key really lies in concentrating your sound in what's called the mask, which is this area of your face, between the eyebrows, across the eyebrows, and down through the nose and in the nasal passage. If you think about placing your tone in the mask, then it will help those sound waves you're producing to bounce around in the resonance chambers and to spin out into the room and project further. How can you access this mask, you may ask? Well, you can talk like a crazy baby. Talk like a crazy baby! Yeah, you might want to go get in your car to do this exercise. It's a little embarrassing, but try it with me. Crazy baby! Have you ever noticed that babies are extremely loud, and for some reason, even though they're tiny, their voices project really far? If you've been a parent, then you know that for sure. That's what we're accessing when we're accessing the mask. We're accessing that crazy baby voice. Go back to that trust exercise we did, I think in the first lesson, where you talk to another person or a plant or a cup or some object and have a little conversation with that object or person on a monotone pitch, but speak in the crazy baby voice. So, hi, how are you doing? That way you'll start to really build that sensation into your memory. All right, now we will make sure that our larynx, which is the voice box or the Adam's apple for men, we're going to make sure that's in a correct position and isn't straining up high or too low down in the throat. A great exercise for this is straw phonation. So you're going to sing into a straw, and it makes your larynx go to the exact right place. So let's sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. If you have a straw, go ahead and do this. Okay, and you'll feel that the larynx positions itself right in the middle of your throat here. You can also try the yo-yo exercise if you don't have a straw, where you send the yo-yo out and then you receive it. Yo, 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 yo. Try that a couple times on your own. Okay, lastly, we want to talk about placement of our tone. We can actually send our sound waves that we're creating with our vocal cords to different areas of our body. We can send it mentally to our chest and feel it buzz there. We can send it more in our cheekbones and back through our ears or in our nose, or even up really high in the forehead. And those different placements help in different registers of the voice. So for chest voice, clearly, you'll send the tone to your chest and feel it. You'll feel it buzz more down there. And chest voice is your lower register. Then when you get to your mid-range, you'll be transitioning the placement more into the jaw, the back of the ears there. And as you rise up into your head voice or your upper register, the sound waves will transition to your nasal passage and up into your forehead as well. And sometimes it can help to raise your eyebrows. So now let's try on just the syllable ah. We'll slide from our chest voice up as far as you feel is comfortable into your head voice, slowly feeling that transition from the chest to the ears to the nose and forehead. So let's try that together. right, so today we talked about optimizing our vocal resonance. We have talked about opening the throat and the mouth so that the sound waves will have more space to bounce around. And we talked about projection, as in getting the sound out in front of us, not staying in our mouths. We've talked about placement, where to send those sound waves for best resonance. And now it's time for you to practice some of these exercises a little bit more and get really comfortable with these topics and with these feelings. In the next lesson, we will add diction to the equation. We will add, how to say words into all of this, which can tense the body up and cause some confusion. So make sure you're really comfortable with optimizing your resonance before we get to diction. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you today, and I hope to see you in the final lesson of this singing workshop. I hope you have fun practicing singing. Until next time, I'm Hannah Cruz at the Church Musicians Assistant. Bye.